All right, everyone, we have two very, very, very important things to talk about. One of them being the EF3 tornado that absolutely came and wrecked everything in Nashville, Tennessee. I believe this was Monday. Yeah, this was Monday night. It happened at around 1 to 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning, and it came and basically, it was like a wrecking ball. It destroyed everything in its path. I think the National Weather Service confirmed it as an EF3 tornado, and we'll get to what EF3 means in just a minute. But also, we are going to be talking about this big stationary front that is bringing the south, that is bringing tons and tons of rain to the south. But first, let's talk about the Nashville tornado. Once again, just an absolute wrecking ball. I got some really good pictures of the damage I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But this is the Fujita scale. This is how meteorologists categorize how dangerous tornadoes are. It's kind of like, hurricanes have categories. Well, tornadoes also have categories, but instead of, saying category 3, category 4, category 1, we say F1, F2, all the way up to 5. Now, tornadoes have 6 different categories. One being, we have an EF0, which is the tornado that you want because it doesn't cause really any damage. And that tornado can have winds anywhere from around 40 to 72 miles per hour. Then we have an F1, which is 73 to 112 miles per hour, and F2, which is 113 to 157. Now, an F3 is what they confirmed the tornado would be in Nashville, and that had winds anywhere ranging from 158 miles per hour to 206 miles per hour. Let me just tell you guys, that is equivalent to a very strong Category 5 hurricane. Remember when Dorian came through and absolutely wrecked the Bahamas last year? That's basically the wind speeds that they got, because usually a hurricane is only supposed to go up to around 185. Look at that. It can go all the way up to 206 miles per hour. Now look at an F4, 207 to 260 miles per hour. And then an F5 is just catastrophic. It's kind of like the one that, if you guys have ever seen the movie Twister, the last tornado when Dorothy finally goes up into the vortex, that's the tornado that they get. But look at that wind speed. 261 miles per hour to 318. Can you imagine that just coming into your house? If that thing came through your neighborhood, there wouldn't be nothing standing. There wouldn't be a telephone. Even the tallest building in the world, that wouldn't be standing. So this was at 12:46 a.m. on Tuesday morning. This is when the storm was finally coming through Nashville. So as you can see, very, very, very heavy rainfall and almost hail. If you can see that pink and purple right there, that is indicating hail, possibly maybe around a quarter to maybe tennis ball size. So that is very big hail. Now you can also see that hook echo right there, which you can also see right there. So this is at 12:46 a.m. and this was at 12:48. As you can see, very defined hook echo. And for those of you who don't know what hook echoes are, those are things in either a microburst or a severe thunderstorm that indicate very strong wind speeds, usually being ranging from anywhere to be 40 to 70 miles per hour. So once again, a very defined hook echo just to the north of downtown Nashville. So once again, look at this. And I love this graphic too, because look how defined that rotation is. I know you guys always know I talk about finding rotation on radar. That is so defined because look at all of that rain, look at all that wind that you have coming towards the radar and all that green going away from the radar. That is so defined. Now watch this. This is at 1:29 a.m. and this is at 1:37. So you can see just how much north the rotation has moved. It's not as defined as it was at 1:29, but it is still very defined. It's not as defined, but it is still very defined, just to the northwest of downtown Nashville. So now you might be wondering, how does rotation? How do we get rotation? Well, whenever we have cold fronts, all that cold air crashes back on the downside of the storm, and that creates rotation updraft along with all that warm air that is fueling the storm from the south. So we had several tornado warnings in and around Nashville. Look at that right there, right in there, a very defined hook echo, indicating winds possibly even more than around 80 miles per hour. 80 miles per hour. So a very, 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 very strong storm. Now this is the estimated path that meteorologists think that the tornado took. So it started around way to the northwest of Asheville. It came through just to the north, possibly, of Interstate 31 and 24. It continued on a very east-northeast track. But anywhere just to the north of downtown Nashville just absolutely got clumbered. So this is some of the damage. As you can see, just tons of power lines and trees down. Look at this house. I mean, that roof is supposed to be on the second floor, and now it's on the first floor. Look at all of this debris that is on the ground. Look at this. A house absolutely completely leveled. Look at this. There's no roof anywhere. I mean, I can't even tell, where the rooms are supposed to go in these houses. And this is a before and after. Look at the traffic light right there. You see all these buildings are, perfectly standing. And then to the right of that, the aftermath picture. I mean, you don't see any of this debris on the floor or anything. I mean, it is just insane what this tornado did. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. In the next video, I'll show you where the storms are right now and what cities they'll be impacting next. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, as you know, this is one of my favorite websites to use during my broadcast. This is Vintusky, and the reason why I'm just so psyched about this graphic right now is because with this low pressure system that is impacting the whole southeast, and that's what's bringing all the rain to Jackson, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, to the Carolinas. This was a storm. The front part of this storm was that was the storm that created that tornado that absolutely ripped through Nashville, Tennessee. But this is so cool because if you look at, let me get my pointer, where is it? Right there. If you look at that L right there that I just drew, you see all those wind currents that are going there. That's where the center of circulation is, because you can see all those wind currents that are kind of going in a circle, and that's where our area of low pressure is. Now, as you can see, as I've drawn by the blue domes and red cones, that is where our stationary front is. So anywhere, I'm going to draw this line with my laser pointer. Anywhere just south of this line is where all the rain is. There's not going to be any rain above that line, and I'll prove it to you in a minute because I have the Weather Channel radar up right now. But this is anywhere, I mean, that's how, straightforward this thing is going from east to west. But it is just so cool that the radar is picking up that rotation in the atmosphere with this low pressure system. Now, something also that I saw earlier that I really want to share with you guys. I don't know why I put my eraser back in here. Let me erase this real fast. And it's amazing how this works with the jet stream and the wind currents. Now, I want to show you guys something that I found out earlier. Well, that I saw earlier, excuse me. Alright, so remember how I was just talking about that low and high pressure, right? So look at this. I can see our next 4 storms right here. As you can see right here, I'm going to point it out with my finger. There's a storm right there, there's a storm right there, there's a storm right there, and there's a storm right there, and there's even another one right there. All those areas of circulation, that is where the center of low pressure is. And on the back of all of these fronts is where our cold front is going to be all right here, bringing all of that cold and frigid air down from the Arctic pole, and all the warm front is going to be out to the east of these systems. It is just so cool how the radar is picking up all of these storms that are all out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And you can also watch any of these. Just go to Vintusky.com and just click temperature in the top left-hand corner of your screen. And you can see all this. But all of those areas that are circling in the atmosphere, those are all going to be our next storm. So all of these, so this one right here, as this travels down southeast, if this grows enough, this could be our next named winter storm. So, I just think, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. In all my years in studying weather and trying to become a meteorologist on this website, I've never seen 4 perfectly formed storms in the Pacific Ocean, all the lines. Look at that. That last one is even near Tokyo, Japan. It is just amazing how this radar is just picking up all of these storms. So now in the next video, I'm going to conclude my broadcast tonight, and I'm going to share with you guys where these storms are right now, if you have any current warnings out right now, and I'll show you where the storms are eventually going to end up, and what cities and what major cities it is going to impact. That's all coming up, so stay tuned. Okay, everyone, we are currently looking at the storm that has been impacting the whole southeast, the storm that originally brought an EF3 tornado to Nashville, Tennessee. Thankfully, all of it is way south of that. But look at this; it is affecting the middle part of Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, into the western parts of South Carolina. Remember how I just drew that line with my laser pointer? Remember how I drew that? Look, all the rain is just south of Memphis, Tennessee. And you know what? And if you guys thought I was wrong, I proved you wrong. Sorry to tell you that, but I'm just telling you that. But this is our current storm right now. And also something that I really just found out really cool is, look at this. This is all the available moisture that is in the atmosphere, and it is fueling these storms. So now, if you look at the radar right now, anywhere kind of in like that blue area, which is like right around there, that is where we're gonna have our most abundant moisture in the atmosphere. That's what is fueling these storms the most. Now you see all like this yellow air that is just west of Houston. That is very dry air. That means that if there's any storms around there, all they're gonna do is just die out. The atmosphere is not helping these storms at all. Now what it is helping is all these storms that are way off to the east, excuse me. So this is the past radar. Let me see if I can try and get this uploading kind of fast. But as you can see, all this moisture that is being driven northeast out of the Gulf of Mexico, right around Corpus Christi, Texas. Look at all that moisture that is being driven north around New Orleans, Louisiana. All of this moisture just being driven north out of the Gulf of Mexico, even around Oklahoma City. Don't forget about that over there. So let's go back to our original radar and just see what major cities this storm is currently impacting right now. So let's zoom in and just to see if there's any major systems right now. There's not really too many. I'm not really seeing any hook echoes on the radar. Thank goodness for that. We are getting possibly some heavy thunderstorms in and around. I can't see exactly. Let me go to my computer so I can see exactly where that is. Around Douglas, Georgia. That's actually where mini meteorologist Miles lives. He was one of the kids. He was also one of the kids that won the mini meteorologist contest with me. But just northwest of him, very strong thunderstorms. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe in the next 10 or 15 minutes we do get a hook echo, but I'm not really seeing any hook echoes at this moment, so that is definitely a good sign. And I'm guessing, since I'm not really seeing anything major, that there's probably no severe thunderstorm warnings or possibly even tornado warnings out. But let's play the future radar just so that way we can see how this will play out overnight and what cities it will be impacting as it continues. So also right there, I also want to pause. Okay, everybody keep your eyes over here. Look at this. Like right here. So this is also one of the things I love about weather. As we just saw on the Tusky, it was showing that the center of rotation was down here. Now the Weather Channel is showing that it's up here, and this is a great example of what I always say. You cannot rely on just one model. Whenever you watch the Weather Channel, they always compare the European model and the GF model. That's what we're having to do here. Today, right now, we're having to compare the Weather Channel model and the Mintusky model, because the Mintusky model is showing that the center of rotation is right down here, but the Weather Channel radar is showing that it's up here. So we're gonna kind of have to fluctuate and just see. We're just gonna have to kind of fluctuate and see, where that center of rotation is. As I just said, two different models are telling us two different things. We just kind of have to see, which one plays out the best. But this will be at 12:33 a.m. tomorrow morning. As you can see, Jackson, Mississippi, you are still in that rain, and you will be in the rain for possibly the next 5 to 6 hours, possibly even to the lunch hour, towards noon. Atlanta, Georgia, you are still in this, believe it or not, and it looks like you have some very heavy thunderstorms coming your way. It looks like it's just east of Birmingham, Alabama. Southern Georgia, you are okay right now, including Macon, Georgia, you are okay. But Columbia, South Carolina, and some Myrtle Beach, you are just getting that rain, and this is not going to just go throughout overnight and just end. This is going to be an all-day thing tomorrow. All-day thing tomorrow night, and possibly an all-morning thing on Friday. So this is definitely not going to be, something that we can just say, oh, just a little rain, it's going to pass over. No, that's not what's going to happen. This is going to continue all night tonight, all day tomorrow, all night tomorrow, and possibly the entire morning on Friday. So definitely, if you have work tomorrow, or if you're obviously going to school tomorrow, definitely maybe pack an extra rain jacket or an extra umbrella. Bring an umbrella for your friend or something, but just stay dry, and definitely have your phone definitely have your ringer on, so that way if you do get any warnings or tornado warnings, that you're able to get alerted, so that way if it's around your area, you can take the proper precautions as needed. If you get a tornado warning, so you can go downstairs and get into your shelter. And definitely do not take these, do not play around with this stuff. This is real stuff. This is live, this is local, and this is real. So thank you guys so much for watching me on this. For those of you that are watching that have been affected by the tornado in Nashville, Tennessee, I promise you I am praying for every single one of you guys. This is not going to be something that that will that the recovery for this will happen overnight. This is going to be a long-term thing. I know several school counties have already closed school for the week, and I have no doubt that possibly they will close it next week. So definitely, I will be praying for all of you so that way, if you lost any family members, you can get through this process more quickly. So thank you all so much for watching this, and hope you have a great weekend. I'm not sure if I'll be doing a broadcast on Friday, but definitely stay tuned to my channel for more updates on this system, or possibly more updates on the Tennessee tornado. So that is all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend.